Hello, everyone. I'm pleased to welcome Dr. Monika Mishra, a student of our patent agent training program who qualified the patent agent exam 2025 with flying colors. Dr. Monika scored really high in the 2025 patent agent exam. She was All India rank one in the overall score, as well as she was All India rank one for paper one, which is more objective type of questions. Paper two, which is descriptive as well as involves the patent drafting related activities. And as well, she was the All India rank one or the topper in Viva OSA as well. So we welcome here Dr. Monika.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's pleasure to have you actually. Congratulations on securing AIR1 in the
Thank you
patent
so
agent
much.
exam 2025. Uh, Firstly, were you actually expecting the result, that you would score so high in every paper as well as the overall score, as well as was your the first reaction when you realized that okay, you have actually cracked the exam with flying colors as such.
Sir, honestly, I was expecting a good score in PA examination, but then getting rank one was just like a wonderful surprise. I was like very happy on seeing my result. So, like when I first saw it, I didn't realize that I'm the AIR one. But when I saw the result of like everyone, I just took a glance of the result. Then I realized, and like I was very happy. The whole family and everybody, including you, I think we all were very proud. It just felt like all the efforts I had put in finally paid off. So it was wonderful, sir.
Yes, honestly speaking, even I was a bit surprised, I would say, because you were never that much vocal during the classes. Of course, you had those, I would say, very intelligent questions in between during the classes as such. But then, yes, it was a kind of a, I would say, a sweet surprise as such. Dr. Monica, just for the sake of, the audience, can you just tell us something about yourself, your technical background, how you moved ahead with the the patent field basically, and your entire experience with the patent field as such.
Yes, sir. Sir, I have done my PhD in zoology from University of Delhi. Thereafter, I continued my research work. And when I was doing my SRA ship, I just came across this TIFEC training program, DST program for training in IPR. When I went through it, I took the feedback of people also and then just got to know that it's good and one can try it. So I just joined the program, and that is how I entered into the field of IP. So we got the training of IPR for 1 year, and that is how I entered into the field of IP. And it's going good because I have developed an interest now in the field, and I just wanna just continue here only.
So did you have prior experience actually before preparing for the patent agent exam, or it was like ongoing training along with the preparation of patent agent examination?
So it was ongoing. Like the training was also going on, and simultaneously at the same time I was preparing for my PA exam also.
Did you ever feel that you are overqualified being a PhD in the patent field?
No, sir. I felt that it gave me an extra edge to understand the inventions, and somewhere from the life sciences domain, I can understand the inventions and actually can guide the inventors also about how to go about it, what is the inventiveness, what is the novelty in it. So everything I did, I think it helped me. I would say rather.
Okay, that's good to know. So let's actually come to the patent agent exam preparation. Let's go, I would say, one by one. What was the overall strategy, or how long did you actually prepare, and what worked really well in your favor as such?
Sir, I think the one thing which really helped me was starting early. Uh, when the examination notification was out, I started preparing from that time only because I was new to the field of IP. So I just wanted to give myself enough time to understand the concepts of IP because they were so new to me, and at the same time also to prepare for the examination. Also, I would say that joining your classes in the beginning also provided me all the tips and strategies to prepare for the PA exam. So whatever we used to do in the classes, I used to go through them consistently throughout the week, and then I used to also divide my syllabus for weekly targets, and then used to go through them, revise the topics before moving on to the next topics. So all these things I helped me to cover my syllabus before the examination, and also gave me time for the quick revision also. So I think, yes, I think starting early is the key thing which I would advise everyone. Just don't wait for the last months to come. Like, don't wait for, if the exam is in January, don't wait for November or December to start your preparation. Start early, do it gradually and slowly. This is how you will gain the confidence also, and you will be able to prepare well for the examination also.
So Monica, when you mentioned that daily preparation and early so early beginning basically for the preparation. So how much early? Like July, August, is it optimum time to start with the preparation?
Sir, in my case, I started from July end, July mid, and then I was doing it consistently. Although there were some breaks, maybe due to festive season or some other things, but then I pulled myself back again to come and come back on the track and do the preparation. So I think being consistent is very important. Starting early and being consistent. Of course, there will be some breaks, but then you have to think of the strategy to come back on track and start it again.
And in the initial months or initial weeks, I would say, when you started July, August, that point of time, how much time you were actually putting? Let's not speak of daily, but let's speak of weekly, this much time you were putting actually.
So in the initial phase, I would say, so I followed this strategy to whatever you used to teach us in the classes. I used to just go through those sections only initially. So I didn't take much time, but I tried to read every day. And if possible, like 3 to 4 hours in a week is important initially, if you give, because the early you start preparing, so definitely you will have time to go through the sections again and again. So wherever there is some problem area, you can devote more time into those sections.
So as you rightly mentioned, the consistency is actually the
Definitely.
key for the entire preparation. But
Right.
at any point of time from July to January, did you feel exhausted because the syllabus is I mean, if you look at the quantity or so it's not big actually. It's very small. It can be covered very easily as is. Did you
Right.
feel at any point of time exhausted in terms of, okay, it's getting repeated, or maybe something which is because this is what happens with most of the students when once they start preparation in the July, August, they get exhausted or they are at their peak around November actually, and then they lose the momentum just before the exam. So did you feel something like that?
Yes, sir, it happens. I think it happens with many students who are preparing for PA exam. It used to happen with me also, especially during that festival season or when you're occupied in other things also. But one thing which worked with me is that I had a study partner with me. Oh, some of my friends were also preparing for PA exams, so we used to pull each other together in the sense when we used to discuss how much you have done this day, how much you, and then we used to feel motivated. No, that person is doing, so I also have to do. So I think having study partners or your friends or a group of people who are preparing together definitely motivates you in this examination. So whenever you lose interest or something, you just have to be mentally strong and come back and just start preparing again, just thinking that okay, 2 3 months are left, now I have to give my best to it.
So, Dr. Monica, you mentioned about having the study partners or groups. Generally, what has been observed in PA, I mean, unlike I would say the NEET or AIEEE, wherein a bulk of number of students are from the same place. A lot of students who are working in, or I would say preparing for PA in isolation, basically from small towns, or be it in metros. They're not meeting actually. How did you manage the the sync, or I would say how were you actually connecting with your entire group actually?
So one of my friends was in the training also. We were doing the training at the same place. So we used to meet every day. And whenever we used to, even during the lunch breaks, when we were taking a break after lunch hours, we used to just discuss the section number or the content of the section. And there were some friends who were like, whom I connected through your classes only. So there we formed a WhatsApp group where we used to write queries, and then everybody tried to resolve those queries, even if somebody was practicing drafting at that time. So they used to share the drafts and then tell other people to assess it. So all these things I think helped in terms of PAE a lot.
At any point of time, didn't you feel like my group partners or study partners are also my competitors in terms of they are also preparing for PAE actually?
But sir, this is a qualifying exam, so you already know that you have to achieve that mark. Doesn't matter how many people are achieving that mark with you. You don't have to compete here. So I think helping each other will definitely help you only at the end.
Okay, that I think that's a good strategy, and I think that's what something which has been really successful in last few years as such. Did your partners also qualify the exam, or you were the only one who qualified the exam
No,
actually?
no, 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 and they all.
All
And
of them
yeah,
almost
actually,
qualified.
most of them have qualified.
Yes. Now coming back again to the preparation coming from a typical technical background, from life sciences actually. Uh, was there any difficulty in terms of the legal language in the, reading the Patent Act or interpreting it actually and, kind of remembering it as well?
Yes, sir. Initially, the legal language was a barrier for me. I'll be like really honest with you. When I first opened the Patents Act, I thought I will never be able to understand this language because I was totally from academics. But slowly, gradually, when I started going through sections also, and when you also used to teach us, you used to simplify the topics, and then going through the sections multiple times, if there were some queries or problems, we used to ask you, or I used to go through a lot of YouTube content also. So I think slowly all these things helped me to understand the meaning behind these legal languages. And also, as you told us that you don't have to just copy the language of the act in the examination. What matters is that you understand the concept behind it, and then you can write in your own words also. So sir, slowly and gradually, initially it felt a big challenge, but slowly I started understanding the sections and what it is trying to say and in which situation it's going to apply.
I always felt as a teacher that the syllabus is very small actually. What was your take on that? Because especially I'm asking this because it was the first time when Designs Act was included in the PAE at for the 2025 exam.
So now the pattern of examination is changing. It's more of application based questions are asked. So I think this even small syllabus becomes very big because you have to do multiple things. You have to go through the sections, and then you have to attempt papers also just to see how what is a trend of the questions being asked. So I don't think it's a very small syllabus, but I think when you try to understand and go deep into it, it becomes bigger. So that's why I'm saying it's better to start early.
Okay, okay. And because you mentioned about the sections basically, or again, one of the most I would say frequent question that has been asked to me is, do we need to remember the section numbers, rule numbers, form numbers? How did you manage it? And of course, we understand once you have Patent Act and Design Act, it actually becomes complex. So how did you actually manage it? How did you actually prepare for that?
Sir, I started my preparation from the Patents Act only. So I did not try to mug up the section number and rules number because I thought that they will create a lot of confusion in the examination. So what I did, I just started going through the section, and slowly, gradually, I started noticing that the section numbers were getting stick in my head also. So I did not remember the rules number exactly, but then whatever the information was there inside, whatever the concepts, where they apply, actually I read all through. But I did not only focus on the, okay, I have to like rule 16 is for this, rule 15 is for this. So I was more focused on the information inside it. And yes, design act along with the patent creates confusion. So you have to devise your strategy accordingly, I think, for doing both the things. Because I then at the last I started with the design act, and then I noted all the forms, and then there was some confusion happening. So I used to discuss a lot with my study partner the design forms, and then ask each other questions. So I think that helped me to differentiate both the things.
Okay, okay. And during your preparation, actually, uh, were you honestly making your own notes as well?
Sir, I did not make the notes for the entire syllabus, but yes, there were some sections which were important. And so I made notes for some sections where I tried to incorporate all the information related to timelines, forms, fees. So at the last, when the exam is getting closer at that time, it just act like a quick revision. Also, I think when you write down something, it helps you to remember it better. And at the same time, as you said, that you have to write a lot and practice a lot, so writing practice was also happening at that time only. And then the same flow charts and the information can also be used in your paper too.
Yes, absolutely. And when you mentioned important section, how did you actually decide ki, let's say compulsory licensing is important or not, or patent of edition is important or not? Well, what were the criterias to select, okay, these are the important topics? And a sub question to this is, did you keep anything in option कि नहीं मेरे को समझ में नहीं आ रहा मेरे को नहीं करना है?
सर ऑनेस्टली मैंने कुछ नहीं छोड़ा था. I did all
Okay.
these sections. I felt, because sir, you don't know about examiners that what section they will give, what information they will ask in the examination. But then we know that some sections like pre-opposition, post, and all those sections, publication, those are important. We all know that thing. So there I tried to make all the information. But sir, I did not leave any section. Even with the rules, the information, whatever was there, I covered entirely. I covered the patent acts. I also covered the manual, the case laws, and everything. I just tried to give like my best.
But then, were you also remembering everything actually? Everything with respect to the rules or sections and manual as well?
I will not say entirely, but most of it. Because, sir, what I will say, it was not that I was mugging up the information. I went through the section so many times that when the exam was getting closer, it was like all the information was sticking in my head. So, and a lot of discussion was also happening with my study partner. So, everything I think together, it all just started entering. Everything was imbibed into me, I would say, at last. So
Yes.
that's why, sir, I would definitely recommend that it just you don't have to read the section once and go and just give the exam. Read them multiple times. It might get boring, but then you have to keep yourself together for that thing. And then revise. Revision is very important. Whenever I used to go to move towards a new topic, I always revise the ones which I had covered earlier. So, and slowly when the exam will come closer, or the exam it is a time of the exam, you don't even have to go and learn again, and the things, everything will be there in you only.
Yeah. So, coming to the first paper specifically, were you actually involved into solving the previous year's question papers as such, specifically in the context of paper one?
Yes, sir. I did solve previous year question papers, and I thought that solving them was like very important because they actually helped me to identify my problem areas where I was lacking. Suppose there were some concepts where the answers were not correct, so I used to go back to them and study them. Also, the mocks you provided, that also I attempted. So yes, I tried to do most of the questions because then that is how you know that how much you have understood the section. So I think doing questions is very important. It gives you fair idea that what is the trend, what kind of questions have been asked, and what questions can be expected in the examination center.
Yeah, but then generally, as we know, the questions do not get repeated actually, especially in paper one. Uh, When you actually was in the exam hall in the paper one specifically, we know this year, in fact, the question paper itself was like, the length of the question papers was, I mean, really big. I mean, it was a long paper, reading it, actually interpreting. The questions were also so big to read that many a times, till the moment you reach the option D, probably you have forgot the question itself, so how was it at the in the exam hall, especially in the paper one as such? Because it's just for 2 hours and the paper was really very long.
Yes, sir. In the examination center, when I went for the paper, I was confused in the first two, three questions only, and there only I thought what I'm going to do in the paper. Then just I took a breath and then started. I just then left those questions in the beginning that I will do it them later, and slowly when I started going through the other questions, they I was like really comfortable in them and I was able to do them. And so I this is what I will say: if you feel that if you're stuck in some question, don't invest too much of time there. Your target should be attempting the whole question paper rather than investing all your time in one question. So whenever the time is left, you can come back to it. So that is the strategy I followed, that and I was very mindful about the timings, because that is one thing you gave the tip, that the time is very important in both paper 1 and paper 2. So I'll give the credit to you for that.
And honestly, for specifically for the paper one, were you able to actually solve the entire paper within the stipulated time of 120 minutes? And were you able to actually uh, revise whatever you have answered actually in the exam hall?
So I was able to solve the paper, I think, yes, but still there 5 minutes, almost 5 minutes were left. Then I went back to the question where I was a bit confused, and then I answered them. So you have to keep a lot of track of your timing there in the examination center. It matters a lot here.
And the moment you saw the question paper, was it like a motivating thing or a demotivating feeling that, oh my goodness, ये कहाँ से आ गया? ऐसे feeling आया? No, no. Yeah, otherwise, no, no. So I know most of the thing. कितना confidence बढ़ गया, कम हुआ, and how much was the confidence कि आपको अच्छा अच्छा I know these things as such.
सर इनिशियली एज आई टोल्ड जस्ट नाउ कि 2-3 स्टार्टिंग में ही प्रॉब्लम हो गया था क्वेश्चन में, तो वहां पे मेरे को हुआ कि व्हाट आई एम गोइंग टू डू इन द एग्जाम. देन स्लोली आफ्टर दोस क्वेश्चन, आई थिंक जो रेस्ट ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस आ रहे थे, आई वाज एबल टू डू देम लाइक वेरी कॉन्फिडेंटली, एंड देन द कॉन्फिडेंस स्टार्टेड बिल्डिंग अप. एंड देन बीच में मुझे लगा मुझे आ रहा है, द थिंग्स वर प्रिटी क्लियर टू मी, आई वाज एबल टू सॉल्व द पेपर. कहीं पे भी बहुत कंफ्यूजन स्टेट नहीं था. बट देयर वर फ्यू इनिशियली जिन्होंने थोड़ा सा वो किया, बट देन हो गया था इनमें अच्छे से.
Yes, Monica, we discussed about the general overall strategy of PAE preparation and some specific questions of for paper one as such. Do you think like you need a separate strategy for paper one preparation and paper two, or it goes like hand in hand basically?
So definitely there is a very different strategy for paper 2. I think paper 2 requires you a lot of writing practice, because many times, as you also told us, that most of the people know the answer, but they are not able to write in the examination center, because we are not used to writing that much today, because most of us are typing. So our writing speed has gone like slow. So a lot of writing practice is required for paper 2, and in case of paper 1, I think conceptually you should be very clear, specifically for addressing the situation based question. In paper 2, even if the concept is there, you will be able to write something related to that, but in paper 1 though, you can't take any risk. So all the things should be clear to you. So that is why I said, when somebody practices the question papers, previous year question papers, they understand that what type of, from where the questions are being asked, what, even the question can be asked from this part also, so where I have to focus while going through the sections. So I think yes, paper 2 requires a lot of writing practice, and along with writing, initially you can see your accuracy and everything, but gradually you should try to write in a time based setting to see how much you're able to write.
Yeah. Coming back to again paper one preparation. at any point of time, did you feel like in the Patent Act or Design Act, okay, these are some of the topics which are really difficult to understand or complex enough? Because, the patent is like, very vast field. You have from analytics to litigation, there are n number of things involved. Everything is covered in the Patent Act as well as Design Act. Did you feel like ये बहुत difficult है, and like I may not be in a position to either remember or understand it?
The Patents Act.
Yep. And the Designs Act both, yeah.
Once I understood the Patent Act, the Design Act was easier to understand, and in fact, the syllabus of Design Act is also not that big as compared to the Patents Acts. So once you have understood the Patents Act properly, you can do Design Act very easily. The one area where I faced problem was that the number of the sections were getting confused and mixed up and everything. So yes, that posed a little bit challenge at the last, but then with a lot of discussions and lots of going through them again and again, or maybe making your own notes, and specifically the charts you provided us, that how to differentiate a patent acts and the design acts, everything at last helped in the sense that I was able to go through it.
Okay, okay. So this was Dr. Monika with us for in this first uh, part of the video series that we'll be having discussion with Dr. Monika. And thank you so much, Dr. Monika, for being part of this discussion. And we'll look forward for you for your guidance for the aspirant of PA 2026 in the second part, wherein we'll be discussing about the paper two of the PAE preparation, and in the third part, wherein we'll be troubling you with questions on Viva Voce. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity to share my experience. And I hope that this experience will be helpful for the people who are preparing for PA exam. And all the best to all of you who are preparing for PA exam. I hope you all pass out with flying colors.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.